Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about the topic demand and the law of demand. So in this video session, we are going to discuss what is actually demand, what are the factors which affect the demand for a commodity, and the law of demand. So first, we will discuss what is actually demand. So demand, we can define demand as ability and willingness to purchase a particular commodity at a given price at a given period of time. So if you want to purchase a particular commodity, we cannot call it as a demand. It should be followed by ability to purchase particular commodity. So we can put it demand as ability plus willingness to purchase that particular commodity at a given price at a given period of time. So that will be the definition for the demand for a commodity. If you have the ability to purchase a commodity, so for example, if you have that income to purchase an iPhone, if you don't want to purchase the iPhone, we cannot call it as demand. So ability should be followed by willingness to purchase. So the same example you can also take. You have that desire to purchase iPhone. You don't have money to purchase. Then also we cannot call it as a demand for commodity. So demand is ability that should be followed by willingness to purchase at current price, at a given price, at a given period of time. So that is demand, ability plus willingness to purchase. So the relationship between demand is very much connected with what? The price of the commodity. The relationship between demand and price is kind of negative relationship. As the price of the commodity increases, the demand for the commodity decreases, and as the price falls, the demand for the commodity increases. You can simply take the example of meat. If the price of meat is actually increasing, the demand for the meat automatically will decline. If the price of meat declines, the quantity demanded for the meat automatically will increase. It is shown with the help of a diagram over here. In the x-axis, we measure the quantity demanded. The y-axis, we measure the price of the commodity. It is clear from the diagram that when the price is high, you can see that the quantity demanded is comparatively lesser. This much only we demanding, and when prices fall down, when price is comparatively lesser, you can see the quantity demanded is increasing. So we can say that the relationship between price and quantity demanded is a kind of negative relationship. So that is a demand, and the demand curve is negatively sloped from left to right, and the relationship between the price and quantity demand is a negative relationship or inverse relationship. Now we are going to discuss what are the factors which affect the demand for the commodity. The first factor is the foremost factor is price of the commodity. So the price of the commodity affects the quantity demanded. If price is high, you know that in general the demand for that commodity is comparatively less. In the case of normal commodities, if the price is low, the demand for that commodity will be on a higher side. So price is one of the most determining factor for demand for the commodity. The second one is income. Income is also one of the important factor. We discussed the definition of demand itself. It is the ability and willingness to pay. If income is, if you have ability, if you have more income, the demand will be on a higher side. If income is less, the demand will be on a lesser side. Then wealth also, you can see a positive relationship. Wealth is on a higher side. Normally the demand will be on a higher side. Then the other one, the price of the related products also affect the demand for the commodity. You can, in the case of complementary goods, if the price of one product increases, the demand for the complementary product declines. Actually, in the case of substitute goods, if the price of this one product increases, the demand for that substitute product actually increases. So the related products also having impact on the price of related impact on the quantity demanded. Then taste and preferences of the consumer, that is having an important impact on the quantity demanded. Nowadays, the taste determines the demand. You purchase those commodities which you like more, and you will avoid the consumption of those commodities which you dislike. So taste, consumer preference always a determinant factor for what quantity demanded of a commodity. Then the other determinant is that the household expectation about future income, wealth, and prices. If the household expect a hike in income and wealth, definitely his quantity demand will increase. If household expect a future a rise in the price of a particular commodity that he usually consume, then he will increase the stock or increase the purchase of that particular commodity, thereby the demand for that particular commodity increases in the present time, since he is expecting a hike in the prices of that particular commodity in the future. So these are the factors which affect the quantity demand or the factors affecting the demand for household demand for a commodity. Now moving on to the second segment, that is law of demand. What is actually the law of demand? Law of demand is based on the ceteris paribus assumption. Ceteris paribus assumption is that other thing being equal. Other thing being equal means all the determinants or the factors which affect the quantity demanded of a commodity or individual household demand, we can consider it as equal or constant. So what is law of demand? Or other thing being equal, other thing being same, increase in the price of a particular commodity will always lead to a fall in the quantity demanded of that particular commodity, and decrease in the price of a particular commodity will always lead to increase in the quantity demanded of that particular commodity. So law of demand is, we can simply state law of demand as other thing being equal, there exists an inverse relationship between the price of a commodity and quantity demanded of that particular commodity, which means that a price of, if all other factors which determine the individual household demand being equal or being constant, increasing the price of a particular commodity will always lead to fall in the demand for that particular commodity, and a fall in the price of a particular commodity will always lead to increase in the quantity demand for that particular commodity. So which means that a higher price always leads to lesser quantity demand, and a lesser price always leads to higher quantity demand. Which means there exists an inverse relationship between price of the commodity and quantity demanded of that particular commodity. You can take any example in the you can take any normal goods. In the case of normal goods, it is applicable to every product. If you are taking a rational individual always goes for, in the case of normal good, if the price is on a higher side, the demand less of that particular product, and if the price is on a lesser side, you will demand more of that particular commodity. So the relationship is comparatively, it is inverse relationship. A hike in price always leads to lesser quantity demand. A lesser price always leads to high increase in the quantity demand of that particular commodity. And it is shown in the help of a diagram where you can see that when the price is on a higher side, the quantity demand is on a lesser side. When the price is on a lesser side, the quantity demand keep on increasing. This is clearly shown in the diagram, and this is an individual demand curve, and where the demand curve is negatively sloped from left to right. So which shows an inverse relationship between the demand for the commodity and the price of the commodity, and the summation of individual demand curve always leads, shows the market demand curve. So that is law of demand, and hope that it is clear to you. So I'll restate what is actually the law of demand. Other thing being equal. What is other thing? The factors which determine demand for commodity being constant. Rise in the price of a particular commodity will always lead to fall in the quantity demanded of it, and vice versa. There exists an inverse relationship between price of a particular product and the quantity demanded. When price is on a higher side, quantity demanded is on a lesser side. When price is on a lesser side, quantity demanded is on a higher side. This is all about the law of demand. Hope it is clear to you. And law of demand is always a negative sloped curve from left to right, which shows inverse relationship between the price and quantity demanded of the commodity. I hope it is clear to you.